Am I allowed to film?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Why, did they give you a bunch of out there?
Yeah. This is the 787-9 Cockpit.
Okay, so everything is done basically through data link. So we get our clearance,
I'm gonna accept that.
we get our ATIS, we get everything. There's no, you know, and then if we want to print it, we can print it. If I go up here to COM, there's our thing. Did you print the players? Yeah, you did. Okay, so he printed it. So now we have a hard copy. We can also go back and look and see what we've received if we forget it.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as the airplane goes itself, this is the infamous status page. This basically tells us if there's issues with something. Here's the electrical system. Here's engine 1 and 2.
Everything is just so digital.
Right. Here's the hydraulic system. And here's fuel. So right now we're feeding off the left tank and feeding the APU. Here's the air system. And this will tell us what the temperatures are in the airplane, flight deck, so on. Here's the aircraft doors. They're all open, they're disarmed, and we have cargo doors.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your landing gear. Tells us the pressures on the tires.
Wow.
Okay.
What's the average tire pressure for the Dreamliner?
The mains are 235.
235.
That's
Okay.
what they pump nitrogen in. The nose is 192.
192. Yeah. Flight controls.
Ask me why I know that, because I just did a walk around and I read it on the gear doors.
This, you know, if the hydraulics were powered and I went like this, you'd be able to see all the flight controls moving.
Mm-hmm.
I can find out what kind of landing the guy had. Whoa, 230.
Oh.
CG sync rate is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can look up individual circuit breakers.
Oh wow.
Like I'm missing something.
You can look at flight deck circuit breakers. Ice and rain, communications, electrical. We can tell if they're open or closed. So this is all remote.
Mm-hmm. What's today's flight going to be like? Flight time?
3 hours.
3 hours, 45 minutes. So our flight plan.
Here's our route of flight. This is the magenta line. Right?
Yeah, so that's
Chicago to LA. A little bit of turbulence. Looks like over Colorado. South of Salt Lake, this little box.
Yeah.
All these little green blobs are WSI reports. Light occasional moderate turbulence 350 to 410. So we can see what's going on. Then all this yellow and orange and so forth, that's all turbulence also. That possible turbulence. It's basically they have one, for a big busy airport like this, they have one departure.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy, but it works for them. So when we take off, we're going to Nooney, which is right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, we're going to take off. What are we taking off? 110?
10 left, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll come out and we'll turn around and we'll go direct. Whatever they do, whatever they're going to give us, they'll give us vectors to turn around and then we'll go direct.
I've seen so many pictures of the Dreamliner cockpits, and I'm like, it's something that it's just so technologically advanced.
Right. I mean, there's our taxi chart too. So it tells us where we're at and so forth. Now, if I were to zoom out, of course, the airplane or the airport gets smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Turn terrain off, and now, let's say I wanted to go direct to Nooney. Now see, it sends us off that direction, which is where Nooney is.
Yeah.
So that will send us on our route. We pull up all our takeoff speeds and everything. All of it comes to us, and we just load it. Flight plans are loaded automatically. It's a fun job. It's a fun profession. You get to go to a lot of neat places. All right, we got any threats this morning?
Early.
Weather. Early.
Weather, it's early. Wrong time zone.
Have personal, environmental, probably technical. All right, we're on release 2.
Still don't have an MRD. Do we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you did? You check it?
Yeah, all right, I'm going to be flying to Los Angeles. If you see me doing something stupid, speak up. We're on release 2. Fuel plan, we've got 60,257.9. Taxi plan, I'm just going to read back all the taxi instructions, including all the hold short stuff. Otherwise, we know maybe what runway, we just don't. Yeah, we just don't know which way we're going. We're gonna leave out of that direction. We're not gonna
out the door.
We're not gonna go back through. Rejected takeoff. We talked about yesterday. I'll close the throttles, disconnect the outer throttles, hit the reversers, pull the speed brake, stay with me till 80 knots. Of course, till then we're stopping at the runway. Get it stopped. Run up the parking brake. Do the remain seated, and then we'll do the appropriate. All right. We have a problem, we'll come back here. We don't need a takeoff alternate. Personal electronic devices are in the data off. Clearance.
O'Hare 7.
The O'Hare 7 departure. We're only limited to altitudes. And we'll put some rings around this thing.
Well, I got one in there at 5.
5?
Yeah, it's basically 3,000 at 5.5. So.
Weather, of course, we're just overcast. It's cold. No other issues. Plan takeoff data. What do we got? Flaps. 5. Takeoff profiles in AVP2. Engine failure profile. There is no T procedure, so we'll just go straight out. We'll lift off, pitch up to the command bar, and then 200 feet autopilot's available. 400 feet. We'll go track select straight ahead. Get up to about 5,500, or excuse me, 900 feet above the ground. We'll expect the bug to jump for it being out. If not, I'll have you open the window, we'll flight level change, and give me top bug, clean up on schedule. Top bug, we'll go flight level change, set clean maneuver, max continuous thrust, and then we'll do the appropriate jump.